You're watching KREX News.
Hello everyone, and thank you for watching the Western Slope Now Week in Review. I'm Chad Roderick. Now, to start us off, officials say a second group of wolves has been released in Colorado as part of a controversial initiative to reintroduce the predators to the state. Now, late last week, 15 gray wolves from Canada were set free in the Central Mountains over a 3-day period. State wildlife officials didn't announce the operation until after it was completed. Colorado residents, largely in cities, voted to reintroduce wolves in 2020, clashing with those in rural areas who feared attacks on their livestock. The predators have been blamed for killing both livestock and working dogs. Now, wildlife officials say 2 of the first 10 wolves reintroduced into Colorado in 2023 were illegally shot. Now, Garfield County officials responding to the wolf release by sending a letter to CPW officials and Governor Jared Polis. The letter requests that the agency reconsider its approach to releasing gray wolves on the Western Slope. The Board of County Commissioners letter demands a pause in the reintroduction of wolves to ensure the program is working, that impacts to ranchers be mitigated, and that people have the right to defend their families, pets, and livestock through more than the currently allowed non-lethal methods. Now, Garfield County Commissioner Perry Will said in a statement, the ballot is the absolutely worst way to manage wildlife resources in the state of Colorado. It's ballot box biology, and we shouldn't be doing that. I'm a strong wildlife advocate, and this is not fair to the wolves. They'll be in constant conflict, and we witnessed it with the release in Grand County, and it'll happen here with the wolves that were just released. It's not fair to the species. We're too populated in Colorado, close quote. Now, Amazon's footprint around the world grew a little more this past week with their new delivery center in Grand Junction. Amazon now has a presence in western Colorado. It's the first one on the Western Slope. Amazon officials say the company has invested in Colorado with 20,000 jobs created and $15 billion invested into the state's economy. Amazon officials say they are also active in giving back to the community.
They're also community partners. They donated to REC today for $70,000, which is a low-income after-school program. So they're already making a positive impact in the community.
Amazon officials say right now the delivery station is only able to deliver in Grand Junction and Fruita zip codes. And a couple of weeks ago, a Grand Junction boy put himself in harm's way to save his friend from a terrible dog bite. This week, he was awarded for his act of heroism. We want to warn you, there may be some graphic images in this story. Kyle Kawamoto has more.
Not all heroes wear capes. 11-year-old Jackson Hoover was riding his electric scooter with his friends one day when they encountered an 85-pound dog.
I went in between the houses, and this guy was walking his dog on the sidewalk. And my 4-year-old friend was on a bike, and he was like, the dog was about to bite him, and I just stepped my leg in front of the dog.
Jackson knew he might be injured, but wanted to keep his younger friend out of danger.
Then I knew he was 4 years old and that he would probably get a serious injury, and then I would only get a couple wounds.
I was just thinking how just so proud of him for doing what he did, because had the 4-year-old been bit, it could have been really, really bad. And seeing what had happened to Jackson was pretty intense. So
after going to the emergency room, Lindsay tells me at first they thought her son had to get stitches, but the doctor said they would superglue the wound instead. On Thursday afternoon, weeks after the incident, Jackson was honored with a medal for his bravery by the Grand Junction Fire Department. The Hoover family also got a special tour of Fire Station 3, meeting other people who have saved lives. The admiration was mutual.
Someone who's just 11 years old, really in just a split second, make decisions that benefited somebody else, even to their own detriment, is really something special.
And it's been really, really an honor to get to come here, and for Jackson to be, honored in this way is really special.
I was able to ask Jackson, how is it for you to have your parents be so proud of you after jumping in for your friend?
They were pretty proud.
Kyle Kawamoto, KREX News.
Lindsay says the owner of the dog felt so bad about the situation, he offered Jackson an apology and a $500 check. Now, in other news, speaking of checks, for those of you who are still waiting on your Tabor check, or if you're wondering if you'll even get one, Mesa County has set up a hotline for you to call regarding all things Tabor. Now, the number to call is right here on your screen. It's 970-256-1584. The system was set up to avoid any confusion on who to call for Tabor questions. It's open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and covers anything from general questions about your Tabor returns to replacing a lost Tabor check or even seeing if you were supposed to get one. Now, here's what some of the county officials involved had to say about how the system works. And it's not necessarily a one-way communication line either.
If they get a call from the county clerk, it is real. I have been calling people and leaving messages on them to have them call me back and to go in and update their information so we can get these checks to them.
I've had people reach out to me and say I need my check, so I'll connect them with, and even I'm like, who do I connect them with, right? So it's been kind of this internal turmoil. We've kind of streamlined it now so that, because we want people to get their money.
Here's that number again. It's 970-256-1584. And Glenwood Springs has been a hotspot for tourism for several decades, but since the pandemic, more people want to move there and not just travel through. But Glenwood is experiencing a massive housing problem. Timber Schumann spoke with two organizations doing their best to fix it.
It's a beautiful community. It's been growing a lot.
These steep cliffs make for a beautiful view, but they also make for a significant challenge. The city has the inability to expand, meaning the housing market is getting choked.
Since COVID began, the prices just kept on increasing even further.
So my family moved here when I was 12.
25-year-old Chamonix LeBert is a Glenwood Springs resident and Claire's employee.
It took a long time for me and my boyfriend to move out just because, saving and the competitiveness of everything around here.
LeBert said her big break came when one of her father's renting spaces became available, though she says not everyone is as lucky.
And I know most of my friends have multiple jobs just to stay afloat.
I've been with First Bank for over 17 years now.
Senior Vice President Ksenia Mamlet tells me it's the middle and working class most affected by this lack of housing.
Those are your teachers, your first responders.
But Ksenia and First Bank have pitched in to what they believe could be a partial solution to this crisis.
We provided a loan of $23.8 million to help Habitat Roaring Fork Valley purchase this apartment building.
This is my 5th year as the CEO.
Roaring Fork Habitat for Humanity's Gail Schwartz says they bought a $34 million 88-unit building in West Glenwood to turn the apartments into condos.
When people can own their homes, they'll stay in our community, making a priority of the residents, the people that are currently living here, and helping them get in a position with a low-interest mortgage.
Units should be up for sale in early March, with sticker pricing ranging from $320,000 for a 454-square-foot studio to $388,000 for a 722-square-foot one-bedroom unit, though not everyone will have to pay that much.
So it'll be a mix of prices because the price will reflect the income level.
Schwartz believes the community is short roughly 6,000 homes, but now another 88 will soon be available.
That would really help. I know most of the people who work in these towns live in the other towns, so.
Timber Schumann, KREX.
And this week, the grand opening of the popular coffee chain Dutch Bros was held. Kyle Kawamoto was at the new location on opening day and was able to talk to customers first in line.
While everyone in Grand Junction is asleep at 4 a.m., there happens to be a commotion near the intersection of 29 Road and North Avenue.
The whole crew's here ready to help open the shop. Honestly, I'm just so excited that it's finally here. It doesn't feel real.
The popular chain Dutch Bros brewed its first cup of coffee to the community at 5 a.m. And customers even arrived almost 12 hours before opening.
I got here at 7 p.m. and I spent the night in my car all night. I got here at midnight.
I spoke with one customer who tells me is a big fan and has been collecting merch from stickers to tumblers. And she's been waiting for this day for 8 years.
I love it. I love how hyped people are. We have some raving fans, and I'm obviously one of them. So I get it. It's so cool to just be able to come here, and it's cool for our customers to love us so much that they want to wait since 7 p.m. to come visit and be the first in line to get some coffee.
I've had it a couple times on the eastern slope and over in Montrose, and every coffee I've had so far has been really, really delicious.
On Wednesday, the Grand Junction Dutch Bros opened with a soft launch in the Grand Valley and took the community by storm.
I went yesterday, actually, and I was in line not very far, and I got there, and they went through it they went through the line fast.
It's kind of crazy to see all the cars lined up around, but it was just test running everything, making sure things can go smooth, so that way today everybody can come through and we can quickly serve them all.
Customers say the best part of the opening is how close the drive is.
I was really excited. When I was at university, I would go all the time with my roommates, so I'm just really excited that they're here, and I think it'll be really good for Grand Junction.
Kyle Kawamoto, KREX News.
As customers lined up for their coffee in the drive-through lanes, all of them say it was worth the wait, and all Dutch Bros, including the one here, is supporting Make-A-Wish Colorado. $1 from every drink sold will be going to the organization's support. Now, the Governor Jared Polis proclaiming January 23rd as Ski Safety Awareness Day. The announcement highlighting the importance of being safe and responsible on the slopes. Colorado Ski Country USA reminding skiers of the responsibility code that includes always staying in control, knowing people ahead and downhill have the right of way, stop only in visible areas, obey all ski signage, keep off closed trails and areas, and more. It's all part of Ski Safety Awareness Month, which takes place in January. And that does it for you on the Western Slope Now Week in Review. I'm Chad Roderick, and for news, weather, and sports 24 hours a day, head on over to westernslopenow.com.